Hey guys, I want to talk to you real quick about Townstar. This is my daughter's build for the weekly competition of the week ending in September 12th. So this is what she's got so far, but she did tell me that she is remodeling a little bit. So I'm not sure exactly how this is going to end up, but this is what she's got right now. And if you notice, she's got 4 steel mills. That one's doing steel, that one's doing steel, and this one is doing steel. Now these ones just doing steel are, excuse the auto sell, she's selling gas at appropriate times, I guess. Okay, and so this is the guy that is making the blue steel. If you notice, she's got a modest uniform production going on. She's got 4 fabric plants and she got one of them turned off. And let's see, and this one she's doing the blue steel, and you don't need a lot of uniforms to be able to keep up with the blue steel production because it is slow. It probably takes about 15 minutes, at least I think that's what she's running right now, and it'd be better if she were running it more like at 10 or so per piece of blue steel. But anyway, that's all right. She's doing good. She's got this one right here needs 10 energy. And if you're not sure, if you're kind of new to this, watch some of the videos and it explains it in more detail. But you got 3, 6, and then this one gives 1, 3, 2, 1, and this one gives 1, 3, 2, 1. And then these 2 give 1 because it's 3, 2, and then 1 off from the 2 gives 1. And then the same 3, 2, and 1 off from that gives 1. So 1, 1, 1, 1, that's 4, 7, 10. Okay, so there's no energy to spare, but we don't need but 10, and we've got 10. So she's got this. I think that's why she chose that one, which makes sense to me. I kind of help her out when she needs it, but she's only got 12 mines, so she's got room for expansion there, but it doesn't look like, from the amount of lumber that I keep seeing pop up, it doesn't look like she's got the, maybe that's going to be her remodeling. Maybe she's trying to remodel this, but she's got all this. I don't know. Anyway, maybe she's going to put more trees so she can have better more lumber, which would facilitate more mines. It's kind of like you could build 4 more mines, but if you don't have enough lumber already to go around, it's not going to help your situation. So just keep that in mind. You want to build your mines as you can facilitate the lumber demand. And she's got room here. I guess this is room for 1 more lumber mill if she needs it. And I would say right now she doesn't need it. She has no extra wood popping up at all. So there's no need to put something thinking that it's going to get you more lumber if you don't have the wood to facilitate it. So just keep that in mind when you're building something out. You can build it if you know that, okay, yeah, I'm going to build more mines because I know I'm about to create some trees here, but it'd be better, in my opinion, a lot of times to go ahead and create the trees or whatever that's your bottleneck, and then build it out. And that's kind of what she's doing. It looks like she's got room for one more steel mill, and she's got it where it's going to have 3 water drums instead of just 2. All these other ones have, oh, that's not one. All these other ones have 2, evidently. Okay, and keep in mind the one that's doing the blue steel, I think she just had to, has these because of that. It needs 1 water pump in order to create a steel mill, but the blue steel does not use any water. It just needs steel energy and uniforms. And so anyway, that is what she's got so far. And since this is a video about the weekly competition ending September 12th, I'll just let you know that I did uniforms and I am currently in 15th place. Now, that could change. It could change in a hurry if there's players that finish their build or whatever, and then they start speeding up, then you can get knocked down in a hurry. But I'm hoping that does not happen. I think I've got a pretty good build, and I've been doing well. Now, when she sells blue steel, which it looks like when I said she's in 166th place, I think is what it was. It might have been, I don't know if I showed that. Anyway, it looked like maybe she had just sold some blue steel. So if you've ever done blue steel wine or anything that takes a little bit of a considerable amount of time to create it before you can sell it, then you know that you kind of go up and come back down a little bit, and go up and come back down a little bit. So that's normal. And so if that's happening to you, don't panic. Hopefully, though, gradually, I think she said that she's gradually climbing in the ranks. But like I say, it's not a quick process in this case. But anyway, enough about that. I just wanted to share this build so you can kind of see. It looks like she compacted this area. She's got her gas production going on here, and she's got her 4 of her lumber mills, and all of these power plants across the front are providing passive energy to these mines. And if you notice, there's only one spot, and this is usually the way I do it, only one spot in the whole entire map across where it's not just every other one. There's one spot where she's got two spaces between the power plants. Other than that, every other one. So keep that in mind when you're building. If you think of a better method, pass that info along to us. Give me a comment, and I'll pass it along to the group, and we can just share that info as we come across it. But like I say, she's got room for 1 more lumber mill, 4 more mines if she wanted them. She probably, looking at this town, just the production of it, I can't imagine that she's going to be able to add more than 2 mines. But let me tell you something. I try to not say, I don't really think of that as a negative comment, but I try to be non-judgmental toward people, because you know what, I have seen so many things that I've thought you can never do that, and then people do it, and so it's kind of like, where there's a will there's a way, and that's a true thing. So anyway, this is where she is, and like I say, I think she's going to modify it somewhat, and when she's got more of a finished thing, she's got extra uh, water going on. It looks like she's keeping up really well, but she's got 7 of these going. So these are maybe she's got that for future expansion, for like more mines or more steel mills and mines, that kind of thing. But anyway, I don't want to get too boring here. I just want you to see some detail on this, and I'll be back. Hey, my daughter is taking a break, so I thought I would show you. I think this is probably it for her remodel. And so what she did was she put her sheep over here. They were in front, and I'm trying to remember how else she had it. I'm not sure what all was where, but this area, she appears to have cleared it out, maybe left another spot in case she wants another ATV. I don't know. But you can't don't try to put a logger or anything right here, because 1, 2. So then what she did was put 2 wheat fields down here and a cotton field, and then filled in the rest with trees. So now she's got probably about 5 more trees, 2, 4, 5, maybe 5 more trees, and that don't seem like a lot, but I think it has improved. If you notice now, she's keeping more excess lumber. So these guys have no excuse not to be hard at work. They got excess water, excess lumber, so these should just be churning it out. And she's also got, a little excess, but not really enough to warrant another steel mill quite yet, I don't think. But if she adds maybe 2, 3, 4 more mines, then probably another steel mill. But if you notice, you got to keep an eye on your wallet. She looks like she's running a little low on money. Probably not horrible. She's only got to make 4 more blue steel before she can sell, and so that's what, about maybe an hour. I don't know. Depends on how fast she's making it. But if she's making it like 15 minutes per piece, then we're talking with 4 more, she needs about another hour. So if you round that up to 10,000, so another 60 minutes at 10,000 is going to be 600,000. So she's got enough money to run on, but she probably needs a break and don't need to be doing any real big remodeling right now. But anyway, I just wanted to show you real quick while she's away from the computer and I could get in here. She's got it. I think she's got the graphics. I'll leave it down. What we were told, or what I read and I passed on to her, is if you keep your graphics quality low, and also I think it said to be in a part of the screen where there's nothing really going on, like scoot away and get in as close as you can. And they say that the town runs faster when you do this type of thing. I haven't really timed it, or I don't have that script that checks your production, so I don't know for sure, but that's what we've been doing lately. So anyway, that's it for what's going on right now. Still a lot more room for improve, or I wouldn't say a lot. There's still room for improvement, but I think she's probably going to take a break until she can get some more cash on here. All right, so I'll be back. Okay, guys, I want to caution you about something that just happened to my daughter, and it happens to me sometimes. And just be aware. What she did was she had went away and came back, and then she noticed, oh man, there's a surplus of wood. So then she decided, well, I should go ahead and build a couple more mines because financially, I guess that's the most affordable upgrade that she can make right now. So then what she was telling me was, after she started messing with it, then she realized, excuse me, that she was low on water, and these three water facilities down here were turned off. So she turned them back on and got things going again. So in reality, she probably didn't need these mines, so we might be stretching the build here, but she'll recover from it. Basically, I think when she gets, according to what she was saying, when she gets some money from the next sale of blue steel, then she's going to add a couple more loggers, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what she said. So I guess here's what I do sometimes, and she may or may not do it this way, but like right now, I think she's keeping this area open so that it won't block her wind turbine, but looking at the build, it looks like it's about time for her to start building down here in these 5 spots. And so what she might do, and this is what I would do, but I'm not sure, but it's up to you if you want to use this strategy, is like add loggers until you get one too many. And the way you can tell you've got one too many is they'll start, just like after you add a logger, then watch them for a few minutes, and if any of them start to go home, like they start coming over this way, like they're going to go home and relax, then you've got one too many. And then I would delete this one in case I want to put another warehouse or something, or there might be a reason why she put that there, I don't know, but in my thinking, then she could delete this one, and maybe if she needs that space for a warehouse, or even if she doesn't quote unquote need it, put a warehouse here, and it'll be closer to your steel mill guys. It may make your guys back here run a little further, but I don't know. Half a dozen of one, 6 of the other. Anyway, so that's where she is, and I just wanted to mention that in case that comes up with you guys in your build. If you think that you got an excess like that, like she thought she had extra wood or lumber, not wood, excuse me, lumber, then look at everything and make sure that, this guy, if she'd went down her mines or even looked at her steel mills, probably she would have probably seen that some of this was waiting for water. And once she cranked that back up, it might have leveled out, but she still got a little bit of an excess. So it might not have been a bad decision to add a couple more mines to actually speed this still process up if it can. But anyway, just want to mention that, and I'll be back. Okay, guys, she has gotten this area filled in now with loggers, and you see how this little logger, see how he was running back this way? That's what I mean by watching them. So it appears that she has maybe one too many loggers, but she could leave them. But she said I could delete one. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to remove this one, and that way we're optimal. They all stay focused on their tree cutting, and they don't try to go home and take a break. That, believe it or not, if you get to a point where they're running back and forth, that wastes so much time. It's incredible. But let me tell you real quick how she went about filling this in. I don't know if you remember, she had a wind turbine right here, I think, and so what she did was she went ahead and generated like about 15 energy, because she knew for sure, or she felt very confident that she was going to be using at least that much. So she went ahead and generated 15 energy and built these 3 logger homes. Then she wanted to do them one at a time. So what she did was she came up and turned off her petroleum, because that's what's using her crude oil right now. So she turned that off for a few minutes and turned on a power plant that's near one of the warehouses where she wanted the energy, and turned that on and let it use the crude oil to generate energy. And then when she had enough energy, she just turned that off and turned the petroleum back on. Now, be sure that you don't forget to turn your petroleum back on, because if you don't watch it and you come back, you'll be out of gasoline, and that would be horrible. So what she's got left to do is potentially, now it's looking like that this time for real she may have some excess lumber, because she has plenty of water. So she could probably get away with adding 2 more, at least 1, if not 2. Probably wouldn't hurt to just do both of them. 2 more mines, and then she can add the other steel mill. The only thing is that you got to watch is, like, when she adds it, a steel mill costs $2 million, and so when she makes her next sale, she needs to do the calculation and make sure that she can sustain her town, because the last thing you want to do is get to end game and then not have enough run out of money and your town shut down. So what I'm advising at this point for her is to go ahead, do the 2 mines, and then possibly wait 2 more, or after this sale and then the next sale, depending on, let me see how much money she'll get. But it's also going to depend on how much. So you get $2,700,000, and so that would put her up in the 4 million range. But still, I would say get to that point after the sale, and then I mean, because calculating out, oh, what is it going to be, for this time and then the next time, just get to the point where you make the sale, because she's still got a ways to go before she has 10 pieces of blue steel ready to sell. And then after she's made the sale, then she can kind of look at it and calculate and say, how many minutes can I run my town without running out of money, and just get a real comfort. Because you know what, it's better to wait for another, the next time around, than it would be to run out of money. So I think what she's going to do, probably, it's not my decision, but I would say she's going to probably want to put 2 more mines, at least 1 more. I don't know what, but I would put 2 if it were me, but we'll see what she does. But I'll come back so you can see once we drop in the last steel mill and she's got it all built out. And if you've got empty spaces, then maybe you're not done. What she might do there is probably put a warehouse. And right here, I think she left that open for another lumber mill, and she obviously doesn't have a surplus of wood, so there's no need for one. So she may just going to be, since she put a road there, I'm guessing maybe it speeds these guys up that have to run through that area to get water or whatever. I don't know. But anyway, I don't, maybe she's going to leave that blank and maybe put a warehouse there, and we'll see what she does. I'll be back. Alright guys, she just sold blue steel again, and she's got over 3 million. However, it takes 2 million to purchase a steel mill, and the main reason why she needs another one, in my opinion, is that this number of iron just keeps gradually creeping up, and so that tells me that she could actually get away with another one. And so what she can do is, if she adds it, and then then we're having to wait and wait and wait for iron, then she can stop one of these, like this one, because it's got direct road access, it's got 3 water, it's going to be faster, and this is like her slowest one that she's got. So it would make sense, if you're going to stop one, to stop that one. However, most likely she can sustain all 4. Now, the reason why she decided not to go ahead, and the main reason, is she hasn't even really done the math too much, but she knows it's going to only be 1.3 million left after she puts that in, if she does. And a while ago, this computer, which I think I've mentioned before, we share this computer between my brother and me and her, and I don't always use it, but anyway, it's a good computer. But a minute ago, this screen locked up, and she had to reset it, and when she did, it ended up costing her a uniform. Now, if you were banking on your blue steel and it cost you steel or blue steel when you got locked up, if you got locked up, then it could actually change your whole amount of money and mess you up. So basically, she's a little insecure about going ahead with the steel mill, and I agree with that decision. I mean, it's better to play it smart. You're at the end game, last thing you're going to put down. I would normally end the video here, but I want you to see how it turns out with the other steel mill. So enough about this crap. What we're going to do is she's going to wait until she sells again. So it's going to be probably 2 hours, 2.5 hours before that happens. So I will come back though and show you guys how it is, and it depends on what time. It may be time for me to be making dinner, so I might not be able to, but if I can, I'll sit down for a few minutes and time it after she puts that one in and see. She doesn't normally do all that, but if I have time, I'll time it and see at what rate she is producing blue steel. And I know that that's pretty much probably what everybody cares about, is what the rate is. But anyway, I'll be back with an update in just a little bit. All right, guys. She hasn't sold yet, but she's thinking that at the rate she'll be at, which will be 10,540, that if she spends $2 million now, that she's going to have an hour's worth, and she only needs to get 3. She said she could go ahead. She only needs to get 3 more of those, and if she don't make it, I'm gonna feel bad because she said I could do this. But I think she'll be fine. She's gonna make it, and it's all gonna be good. This is just gonna actually make it go faster. So at this point, she only has one builder left. However, this should be pretty easy to build. Just need a piece of iron and a piece of lumber. So this should be interesting, but I'm just gonna pause it here, and when I come back you can see how this turned out. I'll be back. Alright folks, it looks like we made it. She's got some change to spare right here, and we are processing our 10th piece of blue steel, so that should be coming up. Now if you notice, she has fallen, or actually in her case she's not fallen, she has picked up a little momentum. Today, when I first started paying attention to what she was doing, she was bobbing in and out of the 200s. Okay, so now she is at 168, but she shouldn't fall too much below that. So when she sells, and this is how, once you get stable, and assuming that most other people are pretty stable, and at this point in the game they probably are, because we only have 3 days and 7 hours left. Okay, so hopefully there's room for improvement. You saw she's 168, and so she shouldn't fall below 168, but we will see when that delivery gets, or that sale gets back with our points, which it is now. We can see, okay, so she is close to the 150s. So You know, you never know. Maybe she can make it to the 77 mark. That's the 7,777 Gala tokens is for that spot. So, you know, you never know. But that's something to actually, you know, kind of hope for. Just kind of like if you want to win the lottery, you gotta buy a ticket. Well, she this week she did a little better. Last week she was, I don't want to say lazy about it. I don't remember the circuit. Oh, I know why she didn't do well last week, because we went out of town and the computer froze up, and she couldn't get to her thing. So that's just what happened. I mean, it's not bad or good or nobody's fault. But anyway, so this is it for the Steel Town. And this is her thing for this week, and I'm going to post it here in a few minutes. The thing that you got to realize, this is running wide open. This is it. What you would want to do is, let me put it on high resolution here for a minute so you guys can see it better. What you want to do is be sure to have enough water. And you know, it looks like 20 water now, and you might be like, oh, let me turn off some of these water tanks or water facilities. You really don't want to do that. And the reason why I say that is water drums like this can like widely fluctuate. So she's been watching it, and so she's going up and down in the water, and you don't want to run out of water, because then that stops your mines, and then that just stops really the whole process. Okay, so what you can do is, if you think that your water might get out of control and you have to leave and go, like go to sleep at night or whatever, you can put that in your script to say, oh, if my water drums get, you know, say keep 20, and that way if it gets to 30, it'll sell 10. You won't fill up your warehouse with water, and you know, you'll be all right. So keep that in mind too. You know, you can always set it up, but you don't want it to continuously be selling water, because then you're going to run out of gas and you can't sell the blue steel. So that's just another one of those things. But I tell you what, this town right here is doing good. You saw we just sold, and she's already got 2 steel in there. So it's doing well. She did good. So that's it. This is the Steel Town, and that's what I'm going to put the title on the video. So if you have to reference it, it'll be there. But this is the weekly competition, ended September 12th, 2021. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope this is helpful and informative. If it was, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.